Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Ashok Tuwar from Arts, Commerce and Science College. Today, we're going to discussing about morphology of inflorescence. So the study of inflorescence definition, the mode of development and arrangement of flowers on peduncle is called as inflorescence. Peduncle is nothing but the modified stem which bear the flower. Then based on the growth and development of peduncle, inflorescence is divided into three main types: racemose, cymose, and special type. In racemose type of inflorescence, it shows the indefinite growth of peduncle, and on elongated peduncle, the flowers are arranged acropitally or centripetally. Means the younger flowers present at the apical region and older flowers are present on the lower region. Inflorescence again divided into presence or absence of pedicel and racemose, presence or absence, and then it is also divided on the basis of the structure of peduncle, long, short. Second type is racemose. Racemose with in this type of inflorescence, the flowers are arranged basipetally. The arrangement of flower is basipetal arrangement, means the older flowers presented as at the apical region, while the younger flowers at the basal region. Types of inflorescence. First type is racemose inflorescence, in which the main axis is elongated. The example of there are different inflorescence, that is raceme, spike, catkin, and spadix. First inflorescence is raceme, simple raceme, and the compound raceme. A simple elongated intermediate inflorescence with stalk flowers. Their example is Cisalpinia or Brassica. And the flowers are developed on the branches or lateral branches, is called as panicle or compound raceme. And their example is Peltophorum pterocarpum. Second type is spike inflorescence. Usually, these are unbranched, elongated, simple, intermediate inflorescence. The flowers are sessile, and their example is tuberose, acheranthus, amaranthus. Then third one is spike. Then third one is catkin. In catkin inflorescence, the peduncle is pendulous. It bears unisexual flowers, and they are found only in woody plants. For example, mulberries or acalypha. Then fourth one, and very much important inflorescence, that is spadix inflorescence. It is a special type of spike which possesses a fleshy peduncle and a large green or colored cover or bract, which is called as spathe. The peduncle bears an upper colored and sterile appendix. This is the appendix. Then the lower part of the peduncle possesses sessile unisexual flowers, upper male and lower female flowers. Here, the upper male, lower female flowers, and in between lower and female flowers, there are sterile flowers are present. For example, arum. In spadix, the appendix of the peduncle and the spathe are colored to attract insects for pollination. The spathe is tubular in the basal region to protect the flowers. Then see, this is a compound spadix. This is compound spadix. An example of this is coconut. In compound spadix, there is a fleshy branched axis which bears numerous sessile flowers. They are arranged in an acropetal manner, often enclosed by a leathery spathe, and is seen in plants like palms, and their unique example is coconut. Then the main axis shortened. The example is umbel and corium. The umbel, in the umbel inflorescence, in which the flower stalks are of more or less equal length, arise from the same point like the ribs of an umbrella. At the base of flower stalks, there is whorl of bracts forming a involucre. This one is a involucre. The peduncle in the umbel is condensed and unbranched, but it can be identified as a racemose type by the centripetal arrangement of the flowers. For example, Allium cephas, an umbel with branched axis, and the branches are present, which bearing the flowers. These are known as umbellales. For example, Caryodrum sativum. The next, the main axis is flattened. The example is capitate or head or capitulum inflorescence. The example is sunflower, a dense inflorescence comprising an arranged aggregation of usually sessile flowers arranged on a convex receptacle formed by the axis and having one or more whorls of bracts forming involucre. Head can be identified as a racemose type by centripetal arrangement, opening of florets from periphery to central region, center to periphery region. Receptacle is the base of flower, comprises of enlarged top of the stalk, which holds some or all the flowers parts. In the Asteraceae family, the receptacle is formed from the enlarged top of the peduncle that holds many small florets. For example, Helianthus, Tagates, Tridax. The inflorescence with branched axis, and each branch is head is called as compound head. For example, Echinops, Mimosa, Acacia, etc. Solitary axillary terminal uniparous, helicoid, scorpoid, biparous, or multiparous cyme. Cymose inflorescence. The peduncle always terminate due to the development of flower at its apex. In cymose inflorescence, single flowered lateral branches are seen in cymose. In cymose inflorescence, flowers are arranged either basipetal or centrifugal arrangement. In cymose inflorescence, if the older flowers are at the center and the younger flowers are at the periphery, then it is called centrifugal arrangement in cymose inflorescence. If the older flowers are at the top and younger flowers at the bottom, then it is called as basipetal arrangement. Then solitary cyme. The example of solitary cyme is hibiscus, and one flowered inflorescence are called as solitary cyme. The proof that solitary inflorescence in hibiscus is articulation on the stalk. For example, hibiscus, simply cyme or simul. In simul, the peduncle ends a flower, that is single peduncle ends into the flower. Thus, three flowered inflorescence is formed. Uh, Flower are arranged basiptal manner, for example, bougainvillea or jasmine. Uniparous cyme or monochasial. Cymose inflorescence in which the inflorescence axis terminates into flower and produce only one branch from its basal bracts, which in turn also ends in a flower, is called as uniparous or monochasial cyme. This axis is called as sympodial axis. Now it look like racemose flower are arranged opposite to the bracts, not in axis. Monochasial cyme is of two types, that is helicoid and scorofoid. Helicoid cyme, this is a flower of helicoid, and second is monochasial scorofoid. Uniparous cyme in which the lateral branches develop successively on same side, evidently forming a sort of helix, for example, Hamelia. And second type is scorofoid cyme, uniparous cyme, in which the lateral branches develop successively on alternate side, eventually forming a zigzag-like structure. And the example of this is ranunculus or solanum. Third one is biparous. Biparous cyme or dichasial. The inflorescence in which the peduncle ends in a flower and two lateral branches are producing, and each branch turn ends into a flower, for example, hypomia, musanda. Then fourth type is multiparous cyme or polychasial. The peduncle ends in a flower and many lateral branches are produced, and each lateral branch produces many lateral branches, for example, Calotropis or Nerium. And these are the flowers or the examples. Then special type of inflorescence. Special inflorescence are due to modification and variation in opening of flowers. First special type is verticillaster. The example of Ocimum sanctum, Leucus aspera. Verticillaster means verticell means false swirl. Verticillaster made up of two semicircle formed at opposite nodes like this. There are two semicircles. They are opposite to each other. Each semicircle at each node is made up of dichasial cyme with the branches bearing scorofoid cyme. Flowers are sessile or subsessile. The leaves in verticillaster sometimes appears as a bract due to coming nearer of whorls, and the example is Ocimum sanctum. Then second type is hypanthodium. The example, that is a ficus. Fruit-like inflorescence is hypanthodium. The inflorescence is looking like a fruit. The fruit-like structure is made up of fleshy condensed peduncle. The receptacle is fleshy and forms hollow ball like this, with a apical opening called as ostiole. This one is a ostiole. Three types of flowers develop on the inner surface of the receptacle. The arrangement of three kinds of flowers in ficus first male flower near opening. These are male flowers. Then the sterile flowers or sterile female gall flowers in the middle. These are sterile flowers or gall flowers. They are present middle. And third one is a female flowers at the base of the fruit, like inflorescence. These are female flowers. In Hypanthodium, it contains definite order, and the example of this is ficus. And last one is Cyathium. The example of Cyathium is Euphorbiaceae family. A single female flower or flowered inflorescence of Euphorbiaceae is called as Cyathium. The flower-like structure is made up of involucre uh, of bracts. Male and female flowers are acclimates without perianth. Each stamen in Cyathium is male flower. So these are all types of inflorescence. So thank you so much.